This is NR2003 Predicts. We take the entry list of the top 3 NASCAR series, send them through the N ratings algorithm, set them up by their provisional lineups, and set the forecast as they will be on race day, and we see what the computer says will be the finishing order on race day. Truck race is going to come to end under caution. Johnny Sauter was leading but got turned by a lapped car on the last lap, so John Hunter Nemechek is going to end up taking the victory. Carson Hocevar and Stuart Friesen also inside the top 5, along with Austin Hill and Todd Gilliland, both of whom got eliminated last week at Bristol. Zane Smith, Matt Craft, and Chandler Smith also inside the top 10, while Sheldon Creed and Ben Rhodes had some issues throughout the night that put them back beyond the top 20. And in the Xfinity race, it was Ty Gibbs coming across the line first, followed by Justin Allgaier, AJ Allmendinger, Justin Haley, and Harrison Burton. And you had all of the playoff drivers inside the top 16 on the day. Mike Snyder the furthest, finishing back among those. And Ty Dillon was back there with some engine issues early, was unable to recover. He finishes in last place. It is Cup time here in the desert. Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney up front for the first race of the second round of the playoffs. Through the restart zone they go, and green flag is out here in Las Vegas. Larson gets a good initial jump. He'll go to the outside. William Byron now in second place, and Kevin Harvick looking to challenge for that spot. Looks like he'll be able to claim it and go to the lead. Early issues over in turn 1 and 2. Daniel Suarez slides up the racetrack, gets into Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Kurt Busch will be the one that goes around. Got eliminated in the playoffs after Bristol, and he is now just trying to go as far as he can for the final 7 races with Chip Ganassi Racing before he moves over to 2311 Racing in the 45 car. On the restart, Kevin Harvick has the lead. As far as average finish goes, Joey Logano leading the way at an 8.4. Ryan Blaney, Brad Keselowski, some Penske drivers up there in the top 5 in that category. They really like this track, and right now, all of them running inside the top 10. Keselowski leads the way with 3 victories among those active drivers. Harvick, Truex Jr., Logano tied for 2, and he is going side by side with Logano right now. They are challenging for the 4th position. Bit of a hold your breath moment here as Corey LaJoie gets into the wall. Ryan Blaney not anticipating it, going to make contact and slide through the grass, and Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch will go by, but Blaney just happy to still be on the racetrack. The hometown hero Kyle Busch tied for the most top 5s here along with Keselowski. Only 1 victory here at this racetrack, though, hoping he can make it 2 today. And the driver that everyone talked about at Bristol, along with Chase Elliott, was Kevin Harvick, as there's another slide there. Tyler Reddick with J.J. Yaley. Harvick leading the way of top 10s, but a lot of people talking about the move he made on Chase Elliott at Bristol, and that ended up leading to some confrontation afterwards. We're going to see if that bleeds into this race. Martin Truex Jr. trying to work his way forward, currently in the 3rd position, chasing down Larson and Hamlin. And Harvick is not coming off the truck very fast, and in fact, he is about to go a lap down to Hamlin just before the end of Stage 1. We come to the end of Stage 1, and Hamlin, Truex Jr., Larson, DiBenedetto, Chris Buescher among those getting stage points along with 4 other playoff drivers. But Kevin Harvick has gone a lap down, so that is a big blow to the 4 team. He will try to get that lap back, but that's going to be a tall task for him. Truex Jr. comes out of pit lane with the lead, gets by Hamlin, who is still there in 2nd position. All in tight quarter racing on these restarts. Kyle Busch and Alex Bowman going to get together. Ryan Preece also up into the wall. Oh, and there's another slide up there with Cody Ware, BJ McLeod, Stenhouse Jr., and Bowman plows in his 78 car. Looks like the 48 was going to roll away okay, but then runs into a secondary incident and problems after the start-finish line. That was Denny Hamlin going around, getting turned into the outside wall, and he has some hood damage. The Stage 1 winner. Gonna see if that affects his race car. He is still out on track, still in 2nd place as he came across the line, and it looks like the speed's okay, but I can't imagine that he's gonna have competitive speed anymore. And here comes Martin Truex Jr. down to pit lane, along with both of the Spire Motorsport cars. Not exactly sure what that's for, but that is essentially going to take him out of competition, at least going for a victory today. We have some problems also for William Byron, who's just going really slow. As you can see, Kyle Larson, his teammate, blowing right by him, and that's going to send Byron a lap down. And another issue coming out of turn 4. Garrett Smithley getting into the wall, and Kurt Busch going to go around. JJ Yaley in the 66 also involved, and for Kurt Busch, that's his second incident of the day. Seeing if he can still continue to roll around here. We go back to the restart. Larson up front, Logano in second place. And Truex Jr. trying to battle back from his unscheduled pit stop, and he's going to get turned into the wall. Also involved Kurt Busch and Garrett Smithley, the two drivers that were just involved in that earlier accident, and Josh Blicky also involved, but the 19 car is crunched in. Hard contact for Truex, and that is going to take him out of the race, and that's going to be a terrible finishing position for him. He's going to have to rely on a lot more trouble because his points are going to be low today. Harvick trying to get back on that lead lap, just unable to make it happen. Larson is out in front for the end of stage 2. Keselowski, Blaney, Logano, and Matt Benedetto round out the top 5. Great day for the Penske crew. 3 more playoff drivers out there in the top 10. So we head to the final stage. Still Larson out in front. Keselowski trying to track him down. But here comes Blaney trying to challenge Larson for the lead as Harvick has gotten by. He is technically on the lead lap now. But Blaney trying to get around the driver who is the most recent winner at this track. Larson won in the spring. Hamlin still holding some speed. He is there in the 6th position. You can see the damage to the hood after getting turned into the outside wall. Still running okay. And here's a driver we haven't mentioned yet, Chase Elliott. And obviously he was the other half of that Harvick incident at Bristol. Looked like he might be on his way to a victory. He's worked his way up into the top 5. Hasn't really gone for the lead yet, but perhaps he could challenge if we have a late caution. Here comes Blaney to the inside. 3 victories on the season. One at 3 different track types, and he has one on an intermediate. Got his first victory of the season at Atlanta, but not the same 1.5 miles that Las Vegas is. But right now, he is up to the front. And there's more trouble down in turn 1. Denny Hamlin into the outside wall along with Tyler Reddick, one of the drivers eliminated last week. Daniel Suarez was the other driver involved, but looks like the 8 car is done for the day. Denny Hamlin's going to try to keep it out on track. He's trying to maintain as many points as he can. And more troubles down in turn 1. Chris Buescher goes up the racetrack with Harvick, and Keselowski gets turned around. And more contact. JJ Yaley strikes him, and more cars getting into him. It's a big mess down in turn 2. Multiple cars plowing into this accident. And this is going to take out a lot of drivers. William Byron involved. Christopher Bell, we're riding on board the 20 car right here. Right into the back of Cole Custer, trying to avoid Yaley. And that is big. A lot of drivers getting taken out in this one. Way more carnage than needed to be. The yellow flag was already out, and still drivers plowed into that one. But now we try to see who is going to take victory here with a very condensed field. Maybe Matt DiBenedetto, a dark horse, got second in this event last season to Kurt Busch. He is trying to challenge for the lead, and he's going to go to the lead. But here comes Ryan Blaney. Blaney made a pit stop on that last caution, and that is paying dividends. He is trying to use that rubber to go to the front, and it looks like it's working. A challenge here for position, but Chase Elliott gets in the Ryan Preece. They both manage to save it. We stay green, but that's going to cost the 9 some time. And Kyle Larson also slipping a little bit as he battles with lap traffic. And we see Denny Hamlin's going to go a lap down here to Ryan Blaney. Hood taken off the race car, and just not a good day for the 11 team despite the stage 1 win. Ryan Blaney takes the white flag. Matt DiBenedetto, Joey Logano just behind him. A very solid day for the Penske crew, even though Brad Keselowski has wrecked out of this event. But Blaney looking for victory number 4. He had 2 straight victories heading into these playoffs and started his breakout season with a victory at Atlanta, as we mentioned earlier. And now he is trying to see if he can lock himself into the round of 8, and it looks like his teammates behind him aren't going to have enough to catch him. Ryan Blaney going to take the checkered flag here at Las Vegas. victory number 4 for the driver of the 12 car, and that is going to send him into the next round. Great performance, even though he only led 35 laps on the day. Kyle Larson led the most, and he finished down in the 5th position. Matt Benedetto will grab 2nd place once again in this event. Joey Logano there in 3rd, and Chase Elliott in 4th. Elliott and Larson fell 7 seconds behind after staying in that lead group for most of that time. Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, and Denny Hamlin also inside the top 10, even though Hamlin had that very destroyed race car. Brad Keselowski is going to be the first driver out among this whole group, and you can see, obviously, the field condensed down to 16 cars after that massive accident that took out a laundry list of drivers. We'll continue to go back, and you'll see them. Christopher Bell involved in that accident, William Byron as well, who was having a slow day, had some damage earlier that was contributing to him going laps down. Martin Truex Jr. had his own incident, along with Alex Bowman. Both of them falling out of this event early, and that is going to be a tough day for them in the points. That is it for NR2003 Predicts. We hope you enjoy the race, and we will see you all next time.